Common questions from clients numero tres. Hey, can you do a single so that I can either A, make sure I'm comfortable with you, or B, compare it against 2 or 3 or 4 other people's singles? So let's take A. Well, in my case, I don't speak for everyone, but I do revisions for free. It's a fixed price deal. So if you know my work generally, and I can do some revisions for you, A shouldn't matter. We're going to be fine. As far as B, let me hear this single that you do versus 2, 3, 4 other people's singles so I can decide what to do. This one's a little longer. You'll forgive me. This is going to take a minute. If you send a single out of context, speaking only for myself, a single out of context is going to come back to you a little bit more generic than it would if it was on a record, because the record speaks to the overall thing. The record informs the singles. So a single coming back from a bunch of people who know they're in a shootout is going to be maybe a little louder than it might have been, maybe just a little more generic because they don't really know the context of the record. They can't really tell who this artist is and how that single might be very specifically crafted in a sequence. It can't be because you don't really know. I mean, I personally will change the sound of things in a new sequence all the time, and that's knowing the context. If I don't know the context, it's just kind of a crapshoot. And all of the songs on the record may not be like this one. There may be ones that have an issue or this or that. You're not going to learn any of that from this single shootout thing. It's really not that hard to pick an engineer. You like their work, or someone recommended them, or you just had a good feeling about it, or whatever. But the single shootout thing is not encouraging communication. It's not encouraging trust and respect. And those things are what matters. Communication, respect leads to trust. And asking people to jump through a hoop because you're not sure, I understand that you're not sure, but there are things that you can do to be sure. Best to just look at the body of their work, investigate your own feelings about what feels right to you. This is one of those decisions like all the other decisions on the record. What feels right to you? Email or call them on the phone, listen to your friends or your referral, whatever. There's other ways to get there besides having 4 people jump through a hoop of a single. The single thing weeds out the idiots, the people whose work isn't good. But you should know that already by the time that you come to this part of the process. So your song is going to be better in context. Your relationship is going to be better with respect and communication. Everything will be better if you just pick someone. And if you really want to have a bunch of people do it, definitely pay them. And if you ultimately don't like the person that you committed to, if it really didn't work out, that's unfortunate, but it's very rare, I would think. I think it's very rare.